So, have you ever wondered what the locals like and what the locals dislike about living in Nashville? We're going to talk about those pros and cons today, so stick with me. We're going to meet people on the street and we're going to hear what they have to say. Hey, so Rachel, thank you so much for stopping with us. Tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Smyrna, Tennessee, which is 20 minutes south of downtown, and then now I live in Franklin.
Awesome. What brought you, what do you love about Nashville?
I think I love that Nashville's grown so much in the past 20 years that I've lived here, and there's a lot more going on. There's a lot of young people like my age, so that's kind of what wanted to draw me closer to the downtown area, is to have like a community of young adults as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
I love anything outside, so hiking, walking, love to go for runs, but that's something me and my roommate do all the time, is just go outside, eat outside on patios, stuff like that.
Awesome. Nashville's full of places like that. Tell me one last thing, and thank you for talking to me today.
Yeah.
What do you not like about Nashville?
Probably the traffic. It's like, even going somewhere today at 2 o'clock I tried to go out where it would be less busy, but it was still people everywhere. So it's getting a lot more crowded, which is good and bad, but yeah, it's sometimes be a hassle.
Well, listen, I know you're busy, but thank you so much for spending this time with me, and we will take it now. Okay. Hi, I'm Felicia. Thank you so much for talking to me on my YouTube channel. We just had a couple of cute questions for you.
Okay, yeah.
So what's your name?
Lawana Gill.
Oh, hi, Lawana. So tell me where you live.
I live here in Nashville.
Okay. Are you from Nashville?
No, originally I'm a Texan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We love Texas. So, how long have you been in Nashville?
We've been here 22 years.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you live in the Brentwood area?
Yes.
What do you like about Nashville? What do you love about Nashville?
Gosh, what do I not like about Nashville?
Isn't that the truth?
You know, I like everything except
Good.
the fact that in the winter
We don't
the
know how
sun
to
goes
drive.
down at 4.
The sun goes down at 4.
That's the only thing I don't like. I love the green. I love the people. What else do I love the hills.
How about our weather? Our weather's okay
You know,
compared to
I
Texas,
do.
maybe?
I really do like the weather because we get a very definitive 4 seasons, and I love that because we moved here from California, and you don't.
I moved back from San Diego, so 21
you.
years ago. Well, there you go.
go.
See, you never meet a stranger.
That's right.
You know,
That's
you
right.
recognize your friends out
Uh-huh,
there.
uh-huh.
Well, I appreciate your talking to me about this. I wanted to know, is there anything in particular you like to do, you and your husband like to do?
Oh, my husband and I. That is a good question. He's a musician who is into Nashville.
Good.
So we love to do the arts.
Yes. Live music outside and all
Love
that
that.
fun stuff.
Just love that.
Well, Lawana, thank you so much. I know I've kept you long enough, but thank you for being with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Okay, so thank you so much for talking to me. I'm Felicia. What's your name?
Wayne.
Hi, Wayne. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Tell me, are you from Nashville?
No, I'm actually from Franklin.
Okay, well, on our channel, it's kind of the whole Nashville area, but that's awesome. Thank you. You're one of the few people that we talk to these days that's actually from the area. So, what made you move to the Nashville area?
Well, we actually got a house in Franklin. We actually.
Oh,
not
okay.
in-
You still
yeah,
live
I
in
still
Franklin.
live
Look
there.
at
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, so that's awesome. So,
Yes, ma'am.
have you been here? So you've been here all your life, then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you like about Nashville?
Like I said, Nashville is a fun place. There's a lot to do downtown. Yeah, and I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to go out and have a good time, I mean Nashville's the place to go.
So, are you married with children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many do you have?
I have 2 kids.
Oh my goodness! What
Yes,
do they like to do?
My 4-year-old is Maverick. He loves to play baseball.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful.
Yes,
So, when you have a date night, where do you go?
Date night. One of our favorite places. We love like Stony Rivers. We love. I mean, I guess out to eat. Just out to eat. Period. That's one of our favorite things.
Awesome, awesome. Now, tell me one thing you don't like about the Nashville area.
Traffic. Definitely traffic. The traffic is. I mean, I don't know if y'all ever been around at 5 o'clock rush hour. It is horrible. So That's probably my least favorite.
Well, listen, I know you're busy and you got to get in that traffic, so thank you so much for your time, and it was wonderful to meet you, Brent.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for talking to me really briefly about where you're from and why you're in Nashville. So I'm Felicia. What's your name?
Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
And you're from where?
I'm from originally Texas, but I've been here a long time.
Okay. And you've been here for how long?
23 years.
Okay. Well, you're almost a native now. So, and tell me about you. Tell me your name.
I'm Amanda, and I live in Brentwood.
Okay,
Just down
Amanda.
the road.
How long have you been here?
3 years,
Okay, 3 years. And you moved from where?
Seattle area.
Okay, so we have better weather than Seattle. I know this. Now, I am also a native from Tennessee, but I have lived in other places. So I moved back from San Diego about 22 years ago. And so I understand the differences in those climates for you girls. I also started out in Sacramento, played around up there. So it was a fun time. So what do you love about Nashville?
I think it's a great place to raise a family. It's very family friendly. Everybody's friendly in Nashville. I mean, truly. So, I mean, that's probably, I think, the nicest thing.
We're not really different than those Texans since we helped
Well,
settle
Texas,
didn't
I
we?
mean, well, it's very easy to transfer
We call y'all our
from
family.
Texas to Tennessee and vice versa. So, yeah.
Well, how do you feel about it, Amanda?
We love the weather. We came from bad weather, so we love the weather, and we love the close. Again, being way up in Seattle, it's hard to get places. So being able to get on a plane and getting to most of the places that we want to go to in an hour and a half is pretty nice.
Big
Yeah.
being here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me some things that you like to do with your family.
Oh gosh, we go to the lake a lot. So there's a lot of things in Tennessee that people I don't think realize that are really pretty. Waterfalls and lakes and outdoors, and I mean, there's we like going to Percy Warner Park some, and do a little hiking and.
I mean, that's true about Tennessee. We have all sorts of neat places to go to throughout this state. Tell me what you think.
I haven't explored as much. She's been here a lot longer than I have. Done the waterfalls, done the hiking. Again, just being able to drive to a bunch of different places, and I was kind of off the grid way up there. So it's just so nice that we get to travel and do a lot of things. My kids are in Texas, so getting to Texas is pretty easy. So yeah.
Good, good. Well, is there anything that you don't like about Nashville? Tell it now.
The changes in the traffic, getting a reservation at a restaurant, and a massage.
Yeah.
Yes, well, those are all very important things, So tell me what you may
I
not
think the
been
only
there
thing
long
that
enough.
I've struggled with since we've moved here is finding doctors and being able to get in. Lots of practices are closed, and so just finding medical doctors in all the different areas
And
that you need.
I would never have thought of that
No.
because we've been here so long. We've had the same doctors and
Right.
all. I would never have thought of that.
Yeah,
So-
it's hard.
Well, my dad's a doctor, and so I don't think of it either because we're not having to worry. I almost have to be dead and dragged behind the car before I go to the doctor. So that ought to free up somebody for you, please.
Thanks.
But thank you, girls, so much for telling us and taking the time to talk to us on this. This goes on my YouTube channel, and I just had to know a few things that you love. Is there any last-minute thing that you want to tell anybody if they're thinking about coming to Nashville?
I mean, I think it's a great city, especially if you've got, even if you don't have children, I think it's a fun place to transfer into.
For sure.
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
It's a
A
great
little
town.
last-minute tidbit for the new
I mean,
local.
shop at Monkeys. That's what I
Absolutely, absolutely, best store. So we went to the H.G. Hill Shopping Center today, and we talked to locals, and it was really fun. We got to hear what they like and what they dislike about Nashville, how long they've been in Nashville, what brought them to Nashville, what's keeping them in Nashville. And we were in Brentwood in the H.G. Hill Shopping Center, and there's a lot to do there. And if you're from the area, then you remember when H.G. Hill Shopping Center was just a grocery store. And know that. So anyway, now it's got lots of great places to eat. It has, Lululemon and Cycle Bar and places to shop, and it's the Puffy Muffin, and then it's got a great store called Monkeys of Brentwood, and you have got to stop in there, say hey to Amanda and Julie, and say that I sent you there, because that is a great store. We had a wonderful time and got to interview those girls and find out what they love about Nashville, what brought them here too. So stick around till the end, because I'm sure I have a blooper, because I always do. And thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see what you think. Leave a comment in the boxes down below, and like and subscribe, and stay tuned because we're going to go some other places soon. Thanks. So, one thing I thought I would mention now that I'm back home on the porch is I never told you why I chose to live in the Nashville area. I have lived in multiple cities. I have lived in Indianapolis when they brought the Colts there overnight. You can probably date my age at that point, tell where I am. I was very, very young. And I have lived in Knoxville, Tennessee. I lived in Nashville for a decade before I moved out to Sacramento, California, and then lived there for a couple of years, played all along that beautiful coastline too, had a lot of fun all the way up to Oregon and back down. Just loved being able to get to Tahoe and back down to the city easily. Go skiing, come back home, go to San Francisco, have a good time. And then I moved down to San Diego, and I lived down there for several years. I lived there probably about, I guess, 3 or 4 years before I came back to the area. And when I got back, I wanted some different things in my life. I wanted to have my big pretty house and my nice small town feel, and I wanted to raise my baby, who was born here intentionally. I had her here, but I wanted to raise her in a community where she could have lots of friends and still have school choices, be able to raise her in a lovely environment, which I think I did. For me, I liked having my home that was good size, and by that I mean it's 3,500 square foot, all brick house, 2.5 with a 3-bay garage sitting on a little under an acre, and had lovely friends around. I've dealt a tremendous amount with the military, and I love my heroes, and so that has been kind of who I am and what my real estate decisions were about. But it was mainly about getting my daughter to be raised in a small town environment in a lovely area that wasn't so overwhelmingly big, bringing her home and raising her back in Tennessee. And so that is why I moved back to the Nashville area, and stay tuned and I'll tell you where that is sometime. But since we were talking to locals about why they live where they live, what they love and what they don't love, let me just say, I drive about anywhere from 30 miles just every day. No ifs, ands, or buts. Not a problem for me. I like that mental decompression time. I don't have a problem with that because I've always lived in big cities, and those big cities have in my adult life, and it'll take you 30 to 45 minutes to get from one side of a city to the other, depending on where you're going. Certainly with my clients, I'm all over the place in several counties. So it's not a big deal for me. I'm okay with that. And I like having different avenues in and out. So it's not all interstate or freeway if you're from out west. It's back roads too. Those can be fun, very endearing. So I had no problem with that. And I like that small town feel, but I like to have that big city nearby. I go to church 30 miles away. That's not a big deal for me either. I have a lot of women's organizations that I'm involved in. Those are in various places too. So for me, it was not a big deal. And my daughter goes to college 3.5 hours away. She should be older than she is, but that's what she is. And so, I thought, we're talking to locals about why they like Nashville, what their likes and what their dislikes are. Okay, one of my dislikes, I'm with everybody else. The traffic has gotten more because the population has increased, and we absolutely need to widen our roadways and allow for that growth. That infrastructure could be fixed. There are times of day that you will or will not travel at a decent time period. You could be stuck, you could be landlocked, you could be just in a parking lot on the interstate highways. So that's a little tough. Nashville is always still going to be Nashville. The area is going to be lovely. Tennessee is very warm and welcoming, very ingratiating. But with growth comes the interesting dynamics of that, and sometimes you have some
less preferable people coming in too, and that's just part of growth in any big city. And so there's that. So I just thought I would bring that up, that we were talking to locals about why they chose what they chose and where they're from and what brought them there. And I thought, my people might actually want to know a little bit about the person they're watching too. So stick with me. We're going to keep doing this. I'm going to talk to other people in different areas of Nashville and find out who's local, who's not, what they like and what they don't like. And I really appreciate your following and being with me.
Okay, you said you had kids. Now, what's the other one's name?
Breeze. She's 1.5. She is, that's my little girl. So I got my boy and a girl.
Daddy's girl.
Yes,
Quitting
ma'am.
now.
Yes, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.